Hello, people. I'm not used to broadcasting, but I'm just doing a simple iron farm in Minecraft. This is a PS5 version. The update for the baby mobs. Okay. So I'm going to go to my world called Redstone Builds. It's basically me testing out builds in my world and so forth. I'm going to show a um, villager. And show a villager farm here, or iron farm villagers, so forth. But as you see, all the villagers in there, iron farm. Now this one I have set up to where the cats are captured without being harmed. And at the same time, I have the iron blocks. I have iron ingots converted to iron blocks, and the flour is converted to bone meal. All right. Now I'm going to build one similar to this one, maybe not exactly the same, but I'm going to sit here and show you how it's built real quick. This is probably the most efficient build on Minecraft Bedrock. It is not the only build. There's some that are built in the ground. However, the ones built in the ground, they do have issues. Uh, so forth. Villagers not being able to sleep, not having iron golems being able to be done at nighttime. Some of them sit there and use different types of crafting blocks or workstations, I mean. And this requires the glitching workstations. Reason being for the glitching workstations is because of weather concerns. See, in Minecraft with weather, you have to worry about rain and lightning and stuff like that. When it's raining, with other workstations, villagers do not uh, work. So that means iron production will stop. Whereas in Bedrock, with the glitching tables, you will get continuous iron golems spawn throughout day and night, through rain and snow, whatever. Okay. So this one I'm just going to build it out of simple cobblestone. I'm going to use cobblestone. I'm going to need cobblestone slabs. I need cobblestone stairs. Exact amounts I don't know right now. You can count while I'm building and see what we need. I lost here. Stairs. Okay. Cobblestone stairs. All right. Now in this iron farm, we're also going to need chests. So where's the chest at? This gonna need fletching table. We do need. Let me go to this. We need torches. We need lava bucket. We need water buckets, 2 of them. Let's see. We need a hopper. Later on down the line, you're going to need some repeaters, some comparators. You're going to need, if you want to do the conversion, you're going to need crafting table, 2 of them, some more repeater, so forth. You're going to need redstone. You're also going to use signs. Need 3 of those. Carpet. I like going with gray to match in with the cobblestone. But you need 1 carpet. Just so the cats don't fall into the hopper and get stuck up there. And of course, you need to find a village. Get 2 villagers to bring it over to your iron farm. The iron farm needs to be 150 blocks away from your village. And while I'm at it, let me go ahead and change the weather. I would recommend getting mine carts, bring them over. You can use a boat and a rope. But you need to have 2 villagers, and your iron farm needs to be 150 blocks away from the nearest village. And when you're building it, you cannot have any extra workstations, beds, or anything like that around the farm. So we got for up to 4 chunks. Once you're done building it, you can put other things down below it, like your crafters or your composter and stuff like that. Oh, that's another thing I needed. Composter. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna build it over here. You see over there is I've got a good distance away, so I'm not gonna be affected by the other structures I have. All right. So the way I normally build this is I'll start off with the outside edge. Okay. So this is going to be the glass wall here. That's where the cats are going to land. This is where your hopper's going to be. Okay, here. This is assuming we go to Nether. You can just put your hopper here. We got run a couple hoppers out and have them drop into your chest over here until you can get your nether quartz to build your comparators to where you can make a sorting system and automatic crafting. But in the meantime, you can just do multiple chests down here. Like that until you get to store your iron until you can get to the nether. Right? But if you're an experienced player, you should be able to get to nether within like 10 minutes. Or within a um give, give me one moment, please. Real life just taking a moment. Hmm. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. All right. Okay. So here, I'm gonna have the hopper here. This is where the cats will land. This is where your iron will go in, and you have your hoppers go out. Okay. So normally I just come out here a little bit and so forth. I'm just gonna build the whole thing out. All right. So normally I come out here a little bit. This is not the specific end spot, but I'm gonna use it for time being. All right. So now I'm gonna go put the hoppers in. No one does that. Bedrock has a bad thing about placement. As you can see, I'm doing off the side. But if you get a little bit lower on the side, I'll put it underneath. All right. So you have your hoppers there. Okay. I'll come up here and I'll put a carpet here. All right. And back here, I'll put in a couple blocks. Bam, bam. I'll put a torch here to light up for the cats. Also prevent zombies from spawning in it. All right. And then, I also need glass. You can use whatever glass you want. I'm just going to go clear. So you come in here and see your kitties. They come down in. Now, building this up to a certain height is very important. You want to be 8 blocks above your lowest spawnable surface. So here, if I'm going to put slabs in here, my lowest spawnable surface would be the ground. Lowest spawnable surface would be the ground with the slabs here. But I'm going to count from the slabs. Reason being is because the mechanics and stuff like that can be wonky sometimes, and we don't want to have anything that's going to be accidentally interrupting our spawn rates. So, going with the one with the slab, that'd be ground level. All right, slab right there is lower slab. 2 slabs to make a full block. So we count this is ground level. So we're going to go up 8. We're going to go up 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to do 1 extra. Hope I'm using the wrong one. Just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 1. All right. So the way mechanics work for villagers is that when you have a village, 6 blocks above and 6 blocks below is your spawning area. I'm doing 1 extra. I got for my floor surface. So I have 6 empty blocks below it. All right. Now, this is what we call the drop chamber. So we're going to go ahead and fill all this in. Right over here. You do not need this one here. You can actually seal this off here. The slabs here prevent anything from spawning on it. Right. So one can be a 1 by 1, and we fill this in nice and simple. All right. And now we have our drop chamber. That's where the cats are going to go. And then the cats, when they get bored, they're going to walk and jump out. drop down, and they'll be down there. And you should have 5 cats if this thing is working properly. So the villagers, when you're near the render distance of this, along with the chunk distance, cats will spawn based on the amount of villagers. You're going to have 20 villagers. So for every 5 villagers, you get 1 cat. Sorry, for every 4 villagers, you get a cat. I think. Yeah, for every 4 villagers, you get a cat. So this will spawn 5 cats. All right. Now, starting from this wall, we're going to build our villager chamber. So this is part of the wall here. So we're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That's where 7 beds, and then the wall. So a total of 8 from that edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7, 8. Turn. And then just connect the wall. Right? And fill all this in. It takes a few stacks of cobblestone, so like that, but if you have a cobblestone generator, you should have no problem doing this. Okay, so because of the straight wall here, you're going to have a straight wall here. Only 3 wide or high. Put your weather back and change the time. Okay, we do the same thing at the opposite corner over here. Do it over here. Make sure you get connected to these walls. You want to have a 3-block gap in this wall. Right. All right. And then same thing here. That's pretty much going to be your villager chamber. The rest of this drop shoot, go ahead and finish building it up to here. This is going to be the iron golem spawning platform. Something like that. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is put down the workstations, put down the glass. We also need to have beds. You need to have 20 beds, 20 workstations. I would do like 30 glass if you want to see in there, or you can seal it up solid. It doesn't matter, right? So beds, yeah, right there. Okay, so it doesn't. You don't have to put a bed link. You don't have to put a bed villager link. The thing, the villagers will be able to move around in here, nice and easy. Now, one thing you do want to do is in the center point of each wall, come to the center of the room. You want to place a torch. Okay. So the torch will be here. There. Oh, my bad. Okay. Torch will be here. All right, right in the middle of the room. Reason why is because this torch will light up the whole room. It's the only light source you need, and it prevents zombies and skeletons and spiders and endermen from coming in here. Now, your workstations. Alright. All the sides done. Okay, then I usually put glass in so I can see in. This will also help checking if you have any nitwits, so forth. 2 rows of glass on each wall. Alright, we got the glass, now the beds. I usually start on the back wall, but bed, bed, bed. Right, and then I just fill in the walls. I usually alternate sides. Usually how you lay the beds down, the order you lay them down in would be the order that the villagers choose it, but not always. It's random, but it does sometimes do a little bit of a pattern. See that little light right in the middle of the room? Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do, we can put the villagers in here now, which would work, but unfortunately, if we put all the villagers in here now, it'll start spawning golems and so forth. So we want to wait on the villagers. What we want to do is finish filling this in right here. Right, this cobblestone will be the floor of the golem chamber. Now, golems, you want them to come out and burn over this hole, and the iron drops down. Okay, so given that, we need to have a water flow up to here. So the water flow we want to stop here. So this would be 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the wall. Turn 1. Okay, now here, this would be the drop. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and wall. And then connect it there. We fill all this in. All right. So now we got the floor to our chamber here. Now, I like using glass here on the walls and so forth, where it can be transparent and watch the golems go in and burn and stuff like that. It's not necessary. So you can use cobblestone. It's going to be 3 high, and then you put a slab on top. But I'm going to go ahead and do the glass so we can have transparency. See, not that hard to build. You just have to get your resources. So we got cobblestone generator would be great for this. Right, 3 high. I always put a slab on top just to be safe. This will prevent any accidental spawns and so forth. Any mob spawns and so forth. Okay, now in this corner here is where we want to put our signs. I'll put a sign here, put a sign here, put a sign here. Then we put our lava bucket right here in this corner. That's a lava blade to kill the iron golems. Okay. Over here in this corner, we'll start in the other corners and work our way up. Okay. So we want to skip this block and this block on water. All right. So what we're going to do is let's skip those 3. Skip 3. Okay. And we got our water falling down. If you notice, water comes to the edge, but does not go into the hole. All right. And then right here in the corner, right above, put one block like that. What that'll do is whenever you're sitting still, golem spawns here, it'll be pushed down into that lava blade. Now let me go. One more water here, and one water here. There we go. Right. So this way, come in, and they get pushed on out straight to that corner. Okay. So water in the corner, skip 2, water all along the bottom. The water in the corner, skip 2, water all along the bottom. Okay. Now I give you your water flow. Now you've got your kill chamber for your iron golems already done. You got your bed chamber already done. You got your trap catch, everything already done here. Now, okay, like I said, from here, you can sit there and put your hoppers down and put your double chests, so forth. I didn't get chests, so let me get those real quick. So we want to get chests right here. So, like I said, you can put your iron fall in here. We got, you can do a double high. Do double high and put your hopper into the side over here if you like. So with this side right there, and then you can put you can have this hopper going down, and put a double chest right here, and then put your hopper here. And this way you get your iron coming in right here from the spawns and so forth until you can build your item sorter. Right. So right now, go ahead and put the villagers in. And you don't want to have any nitwits. So I would recommend that you have a sword available to kill them. And I also recommend, like I said, you bring your villagers over. I would give them like a stack of bread. A stack plus 24 or stack plus 18 or something like that. Stack plus 17 or something. But what that'll do is allows the villagers to breed and make babies. Takes a day and a half, game days, 2 game days for them to grow up. You're going to have a little bit of waiting time for them to grow up and see if they're going to become nitwits or not. If they do become nitwits, then it is time to kill the nitwits and replace them. So that's the time sink in here. That's what's really going to take some time for you. All right. If they're children, so you have to wait for them to grow. I normally go in. I'll usually do a ramp up here. I'll usually come up here and I'll do a ramp up off of here, and I'll drag a boat with the villagers up to the top in survival, so forth. And then once I have them in there, I'll build a little walk platform here for me, to where I can sit here and walk up, where I can walk up, come inside here, and so forth, and kill the nitwits at nighttime. And this game really likes doing the nighttime, right? So let me do this, or during the rain. Weather clear, and then time sunrise. Oh, I didn't click. I didn't click that. Time. Sunrise. Yeah. All right, now. Now, when you have your villagers coming in here, or you get your villagers in here, I would do that. I'd let them out of the boat right at sunset. So they'll come right up in here and they'll pick a couple beds. Okay. And then I normally bring them in right through here. And then after they come in, I'll place my glass block here. I'll place my 2 pieces of glass. I'll put my bed down. I'll come up here. I'll bust these out so I can get out and so forth. And then before I leave, I'll throw a stack of bread on the ground. I'll wake a villager up. He'll grab the bread. He'll go back to sleep. I'll come back out here and I'll seal it up before it gets sunrise. And when he gets up, they'll start breeding like crazy. Usually takes a 2-day cycle to get all the villagers in here as babies. So, and then you have to wait for them to grow up. But got a baby. I'm gonna wait for the baby to grow up. I'm just gonna kill it. As you can hear, the golem's already being killed. So I got 3, 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and kill the kid. 19, 20. Okay, so now we got 20 villagers in here. They each have a bed, each have a workstation. And there's a iron farm in full production. Now, to get out of here, I usually do this and then pop these 2 blocks back in. Alright, so we got 20 full grown ones. You don't need this anymore. And then you can take down your staircase, so forth. That's done. Alright, so that part of it's done. Down here, I would throw some torches around. You keep your area lit up. You also want to light up underneath this here because mobs will spawn under here. So I would light this up down here just a little bit. Okay. So as you can see, iron's already going in. We've already got 18 pieces of iron in here since it started. Lollygag. Okay. And then when I start doing this part here, I want to make sure I have plenty of room on that side because the crafter takes a little bit of work like that. But I'll show you how this goes. All right, first thing we want to do is build an item sorter. Right. So on the item sorter, what you want to have, I usually try to go with the ground that I have or dirt. It'll grow grass. Right. And then I'm going to have me some blocks in here. I just need to have some blocks I'm not going to be using anywhere else, and so forth. So what I normally do is I'll sit here and I'll take something that is really rare that you're not going to be running through your item sorter at all, nowhere near, so forth. So let me use block amethyst right now. No, not that. Let's see. More than likely, I'm never going to use bamboo in this place, so I'm just going to go ahead and take some bamboo up here. All right, you want to split this bamboo up into 3 stacks of 12 and a stack of 8. That's all you need in bamboo. Or whatever temporary block you want, you can rename it or whatever, so long as it's not something that's going to be going through your system here. Now check on the iron here. We're already at 26. All right. So I'm going to go over the second one right here. Usually I'll go a little bit closer, but since I got these here temporarily, I'm going to go ahead and go here to the second one. All right. So back here, I'm going to bust a hole, skip 2, or skip 1, bust a hole. All right. And then, oh, I forgot to get a redstone torch. That's going to be here. Okay, redstone torch. Okay. Need redstone torch here. All right. You get a repeater. Put it over here. Put your glass block here, here, and here to cover it up. The back of this mound you just made, where the repeater is, we want to sit here, put redstone, redstone, redstone. Then we want to sit here and put our competitor here, just like that. Okay. Now, where this hopper's at, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put another hopper here, pointing into that comparator. So. Right. So you want to point to that comparator right there, squat down, put your hopper into it. Okay. Down here, I'm going to break this block right here. Okay. I want to keep this block here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because that redstone torch interferes with this block. It'll actually power whatever's in this space right here. It won't power out, but it'll power that space. Okay. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my crafter pointing up. Okay. I'm going to break this block, Boom. See, we have that. So I'm going to come out one more. Okay. Put this here. All right. I'm going to put this here. Put my grass block back. There. Now, the reason why I'm doing these two right here, like this is the one that's going to be making the iron blocks. This tells it how to make them. All right. So in this one, I'm going to turn all these switches on. There you go. This one here, I'm going to leave them all off. All right. Now, comparators, you need 2 comparators here. You're going to need a comparator here. And you need a comparator here. All right. On this one here, point your hopper going into that. Hopper on top. Hopper into that. Okay. What that'll do is feed the iron down into there. Okay. Now you want to put a repeater here and a piece of redstone dust here. All right. Now you can make this a little deeper and cover it up a little bit more if you like, so forth. I usually make it 1 more deep. That way it's hidden, or I can build on top of it to hide it. But I'm just doing a general description here for you. But all you have to do is just right here, you just go down 1 more hopper, put your crafting table down there 1 more, move all that down 1, and put your chest on top, and chest will be flush with the ground that way. Damn cow. Alright, sorry for the cussing. Anyhow, we'll put this right here. Okay, now we'll put a chest here, and a chest here. Alright, this you can cover with dirt or rock or whatever. Normally I'll throw slabs or something like that, cover it up, give it a good look. I try to design it nice to where it's going to be visually appealing. And that way nothing will fall in there, interfere with the circuitry. Okay, so now we'll have this here. Okay, now inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to take our bamboo, put the 8 here, put the 12 here, put 12 here, 12 here. And then when the iron starts coming in, we'll take iron from here. We'll take all 49 pieces of that already. Okay, we already have 49 iron. Right, we'll put the iron in here, and we'll just let it sort through. And as it goes into here, it'll automatically make the iron blocks. The iron blocks will pop up in here. All right. Now, I want to try to keep my stuff even, so I like to put my chest here. Then I'll put my hopper right here. Another hopper. All right. Okay. And then right here on top of this hopper, I'll go ahead and I'll put my composter. Like this. All right. I'll break this out right here. It's not necessary anymore. And then I will sit here and get the cobblestone block. Right. And then one last hopper here. All right. Now this right here, break this hopper. I put a hopper pointing into that, just like that. This here. Then I can take all this out of here, hopper in. And I'll go ahead and put the iron back in there, put that in there, let it sort out. And now we've got the iron blocks coming in here. And then we can break all this. That's why I said I usually build this over one, make it a little bit more tight, a little bit more flush, or I'll build it right off of here. Put it right off the side here, and then have my composter right here. This will be a little bit shorter. And then I'll build it like a little room around it, aesthetically and so forth. But as this goes through, as you can see, it's going to start doing the... Oh, we don't need that in there. I put the wrong thing in there. That's supposed to be the... supposed to be that. As you can see, we'll start getting iron blocks in here. Composters, start making the bone meal, so forth. And this is going to be slow for bone meal. So guys, not your best source of bone meal. This is just a temporary thing, but it doesn't let it go to waste. Yeah. And there's your iron farm with the killer. And like I said, This is basically, an item sorter to take the iron, turn it into blocks. This is a composter, turn the poppies into bone meal. No kill chambers, so you got your cast down here nice and safe. So forth. All 5 of them are in there. All right. So compare that to this one here. It's the same build. All I did was I flushed it out. I covered up the redstone real good and back to where it could be interfered with. Creeper couldn't blow it up too easily. I sit here and put in for the bone meal and iron and so forth. Cast will go in here. I use glowstone instead of torches down here to light it up. I did the same thing inside here, but then I realized if I didn't put a torch on the inside, a spider could spawn in there. So I went ahead and put a torch in there to prevent spiders from spawning in. Put a little water, put a little glowstone here to help with lighting on the outside of this chamber. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time. You have a good day. Bye-bye.